Presenting Bratayley Makes History. Right?
Presenting Bratayley Makes History. Hey guys, welcome to our new series, Bratayley Makes History.
As a lot of you may know, we've been working on this since last summer. A mega family road trip traveling back to the time of the American Revolution.
The idea here was to have a great time learning about our nation. And it being an election year and all, it was also a good time to learn about this crazy, beautiful democracy of ours. A lot of you know when we started this series, Caleb was with us. And you'll see a lot of him throughout this series.
When we lost him, we were only partly done with the series, so me and Hayley decided to ask Mommy and Daddy if we could keep on filming it. And that's why we want to dedicate this series that you're about to watch to our one and only baked potato. Presenting Bratayley Makes History to the best brother anyone's ever asked for. This is for you, Caleb.
Hey Bratayley fans, I guess you've heard, we're making history. And we're starting at the very beginning. Of our nation, that is.
Yankee Doodle went to town, riding on a pony that he found. Stuck a feather in his hat, called it macaroni, then he kept on riding on his pony.
We're off on a trip back in time to the American Revolution, in costume and undercover. We're in hot pursuit of characters like General George Washington, lady spies, soldiers, presidents, pirates, horses, and some pretty sweet dance moves. We'll travel the original 13 colonies to see what we can find and recreate some of history's most famous moments. So saddle up. There it is. Learn about these states.
We're getting on a plane to go to Boston, Massachusetts on an epic field trip. And like we said, we're going to be doing a lot of stuff.
You didn't say that yet.
I didn't say that yet, but we're going to be doing a lot of stuff. I don't know, epic field trip, a field trip in epicness. And so, yeah, I have to go get on a plane in an hour.
The next morning, it was time to meet our own very special Revolutionary War guide.
We came out of our hotel one day and we saw this person that we wanted to say that we didn't know, but we did. Why did you wear that?
General George Washington reporting for duty. My favorite food? Cherries.
He goes, hello, we are going to go to Massachusetts now.
And that's how the strangest road trip ever got started. George Washington can drive a car.
He just had hair sticking out like that. And everybody was like literally staring at him for a little bit.
He's pretty much like an insane, crazy history teacher that just walks around with you.
Yes, he's a very strange teacher.
We headed out to the Boston Harbor. We thought we would start by reenacting the event that kicked off the whole American Revolution.
Boston Tea Party. It wasn't a real party.
Nope, it was more of a war party.
And there was this long bridge and we all like were shouting huzzah and running all the way down to the boat.
Huzzah! Welcome aboard, friends! Are you here to throw off this yoke of tyranny? Huzzah! Are you here to be arrested for treason? No!
The whole thing went down the night some American patriots snuck into a British ship and threw boxes of tea overboard into the harbor here.
So, raise your right hands. I do decree.
I do decree.
It was not me.
It was not me.
It was not he.
It was not he.
It was not she.
It was not she.
Who destroyed the tea?
Who destroyed the tea?
Huzzah!
Huzzah!
And we threw boxes of tea over.
On 3. 1, 2, 3.
Huzzah!
East India Company team! Only 108 left to go!
Wait, why were we throwing tea off a boat? See, back before the Revolutionary War, the states, like Massachusetts, were called colonies.
Let's see, we got Massachusetts,
New Hampshire, Pennsylvania, Georgia,
New York,
North Carolina, South Carolina, Virginia,
Maryland,
Delaware,
New Jersey.
Rhode Island, and Connecticut.
These colonies were ruled by the British and King George. Oh yeah, the British king was named George too. The colonists were really angry that the king wanted them to pay taxes on things they got from England, like this tea. They were pretty much telling the king, no deal.
Thinking that it didn't have to be controlled by the king or anything, even though he owned them and stuff like that. Like, the Patriots were being completely unorthodox.
There must have been like thousands of boxes of tea in the water.
So we got to push it all off.
That night, they destroyed like $1 million worth of tea in today's money.
And they had to do it at night so they could like not be seen as easily.
And they'd go, huzzah!
Huzzah, huzzah, huzzah. Yeah, we did that a bunch that day.
Cause of liberty!
Huzzah!
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 Huzzah! Afterwards, they're like this museum.
They had an original tea box from the actual tea party.
It took 6 weeks for the news of our actions to reach the ears of King George. And when it did, his reaction was harsh, as well as...
What's that? Harsh? Harsh, you say?
Your Majesty.
There, behind us, there was these two portraits of these two men, and they looked really like real. And then they started talking to each other, and it was really, really cool.
Americans are our children, planted by our care.
I may only be a woman.
Children, Your Majesty, or your slaves.
Well said, Mr. Adams.
That's Sam Adams, patriot.
Mr. Adams, sir, your tone, as are your sentiments, are unbecoming a British subject to his king, and they smack of treason. Your destruction of the tea has shocked me.
Good.
Sam Adams liked shocking the king. He was part of a gang of patriots from Boston who also included his cousin John Adams, John's wife Abigail, John Hancock, and Paul Revere. First, we got to take a selfie with Abigail.
Uh-oh, what are these things?
She told us that after the tea party, King George really cracked down on the patriots.
Our town was now completely occupied by English soldiers, redcoats. Townspeople who were patriots had to leave town and hide.
The patriots started getting ready for battle, which brings us to the next hero we learned about, Paul Revere. Paul Revere is most famous for riding out into the country shouting, "The British are coming! The British are coming!" Except...
But he actually yelled, "The regulars are coming, the regulars are coming." So smart.
Anyhow, we headed out of town to ride just like Paul Revere did.
Have you ever ridden a horse before?
Caleb, how does it feel?
It feels like a horse. It feels big.
We got to ride horses where Paul Revere actually rode his horse. No one else has ever been allowed to ride a horse, and we were the first ones to ever be able to do it, which was absolutely awesome.
We were the only ones to ride the horse where Paul Revere ride one.
They're coming. Get your Paul Revere face on. You're Paul Revere and you gotta go warn everybody.
I will warn you! Yay! They're coming!
All through the night, messengers like Paul Revere spread the word as far north as New Hampshire and as far south as Connecticut. The next morning, the British arrived at the sleepy towns of Lexington and Concord and found 700 armed men ready to fight them.
Minutemen were soldiers that only took a minute to get ready. Minutemen.
Could you get ready in a minute?
Depends on what I'm wearing. We visited the Minutemen National Park.
As dawn broke here, someone, we didn't know exactly who, fired. It's called the shot heard round the world.
The shot heard round the world was the very first shot to start the Revolutionary War. It wasn't really heard around the world, right? Because that would be a really loud shot.
We thought it was so cool that when we got home, we decided to reenact the battle in our own backyard.
Welcome to the annual Revolutionary War reenactment.
Naturally, George took command of the American side.
There were some people from England that weren't too happy with us, called the Redcoats. And some of you are going to be rocking that. You, sir, look like a patriot.
Yes, I am! I was a redcoat. I was on the redcoat British side.
Blue side, which I was on, consisted of 3 people. We had 2 dogs also fighting in the war. We had Winnie on the patriotic side, and then Piper on the British side.
The British Redcoats were the most powerful army in the world, and they outnumbered the Patriots. As you can see here.
We're better.
But you guys are resilient. You guys are crafty.
No!
Back in line. Gentlemen, a lot is at stake. How bad do you want this?
Very bad.
Do you want to live like a free man?
Live like a free man.
Then let's go get it.
Let's get it! Let's go!
Let's go get that freedom.
Woo!
Do you know what freedom tastes like?
No, not yet.
Me neither.
But we will.
But I can imagine. It probably tastes like Chips Ahoy.
Yes.
The chewy kind.
Yes.
Microwaved for 8 to 10 seconds.
Yes.
But not longer, because otherwise it'll get weird and crusty on the outside.
That's right. That's so true.
So that being said, let's win this war.
Let's win this.
Let's go.
Go!
Hey,
Patriots for life on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Patriots for life!
British soldiers kind of, they would always walk in perfect line, throughout the whole war. But the patriotic side kind of did something different since they were never, really military trained. I'm going to say 1, 2, 3, charge, and we're going to run out there and make them try to fire at us, and then run back.
And then, so we can make them unarmed.
And so they would really, they would be scattered all over the whole area, hiding in bushes, behind trees, and, really, I think that came down to why the Patriots won.
Piper was a spy, and she told us their plans, and then, yeah.
Let's just say Winnie wasn't the best person to be in the war because she literally just sat over by the enemy team. And then Piper was just running over to us over and over again, and she was just being a spy dog. We were kind of hiding behind a tree.
We were all just standing there, waiting for someone to shoot.
it's a battle!
Because their plan was to make us waste all our bullets.
Well, what happened is the 3 of us charged over here, and they ran back, and then they completely scattered, and then we completely scattered,
and then everything just went.
If any of us were ever in an actual war, we would probably lose. If they were on the other side and we were on this side, the war would literally just be like a bunch of people just running around in circles.
USA! USA! No! No! I got this! Fall back in the whole team! USA! 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 USA!
So we won,
Yankee Doodle went to town.
and we did a
Riding on
victory
pony
dance with
that he
George over
found.
there. George
Stuck a
came in.
feather in his hat, called it macaroni, then he kept on riding on his pony.
Hip hip hurrah! Hip hip huzzah! Hip hip huzzah! Hip hip huzzah! Hip hip huzzah!
I was dry until I jumped into the river. And then we were so wet, so why not? We all just jumped in the water, and it was very, very freezing. And it was so high tide that we could just like muscle ourselves up the dock. And then George Washington jumped in too.
God bless America!
And then he almost lost his wig. It was like was sinking. He sang Yankee Doodle.
Attention! Yankee Doodle went to town, riding on a pony. Stuck a feather in his cap and called it macaroni. Yankee Doodle, pick it up, Yankee Doodle dandy. Some some dandy.
That was great.
He doesn't get the words right.
Yankee Doodle put rocks in his
Hashtag
socks and then he
Bratayley Makes History.